So I have this note here. I found this note. It's a copy of it in a wallet, kind of a wallet with a bunch of other precious things in a drawer in my mom's bedroom. And this, okay, so I'll read it to you. And Peter recognizes this as his own signature and handwriting dated March 18th of this year, 2024. To whom it may concern, I was present. Neda came over. Zeke and Neda got into a bad verbal argument. Zeke threw water at Neda's face and she left crying. So that event, it was staged. Neda came to Peter's house intentionally to provoke me to get that. And Anita was talking to her. Anita herself has told me, and I'll post in here the conversation I had with Anita about it, about Neda about it, with Tatiana about it, and with Officer Johnson about it, Sergeant Richie at Devonshire Police Station about it, and then yesterday, and the evidence I have, and you see it, you might think it's nothing, and it's intentionally made to look like nothing. Hey, just the water. When you look at all the evidence and what you will ascertain from looking at this, and how pervasive this is. Police officers corroborating with a survivor of a squatting scam whose major weapon using the police to take a property for her gang using a squatting scam is gaslighting. And conveniently the cops say, for them, convenient for all the parties here involved, gaslighting ain't in the penal code. It's not on the penal code. So what's the crime? What's the crime? He keeps repeating. Another thing that Detective Martinez on the second floor of the West Valley Police Station. Another thing, the things that all the cops, all the supervisors repeat, and was repeated to me yesterday. I was at the West Valley Police Station. When you report this corruption, this method of provoking constantly hundreds of 911 calls, false 911 calls intended to provoke me, hundreds at two different properties that my mom owns and I'm the beneficiary. And then this was another example. It was to provoke, to get a response, to lie to police, to get them to enter. And the number of provocations Officer Johnson and his buddies performed over there. And when I show it to them, they're not able to acknowledge it. It's on video. It's a fact. I show it to them. And then it comes a point when it's apparent that their plan, their corruption. When I was at Devonshire Police Station, the officer, supervisor, just walks away. At that point, when the corruption is obvious, police performing a crime is obvious, they either walk away or they say, are you on meds? And that's what happened yesterday at West Valley. I'll show you the footage. And when they say that, at that point, that gives them, in their mind, prerogative to say nothing more. They don't have to answer to a blatant violation of their doing. The collaboration they perform together with gang members who want to take over a property for their gang to sell fentanyl to your kids, amongst other crimes, and to perpetuate other takeovers, okay? So look at all the addresses Justine Taylor has been occupied in the past, all the way back to Palm Beach, Florida, where she was with Mike Velarde over there, who was running for, I don't know if he got that seat, Congress over in Palm Beach, Florida. He's aspiring to be president. There's ambition. And then he was a first responder, 9/11, finding bodies, digging up bodies at Staten Island dumps. I think that's the origin of it over there. That end of it. And then Richard Holloway. Now, the cover-up of a murder is a crime that's happening over here. Tanya getting me arrested, and that false report that got me arrested is a cover-up to impede investigation of a murder of the dad that the family is involved in. That is a serious, serious, serious crime. You can't say that ain't no crime. That is a crime. She got me arrested intentionally to cover up at the request of her brother, whose threats to me I have reported, and it's on video. He keeps threatening, and my girlfriend Tanya, that he's using as a human shield and a, spy and they get someone close to you. That's the way Albert Jordan and Sam Tortillo were using Anita, who's my deceased sister's daughter, to talk to Neda, who's been close to me. So the level of corroboration are these people talking to each other for the same purpose, replicating the same triggers. The ones that mom's been using on me all my life, and they targeted me for this. They synchronized together. Tanya using what the squatter was doing, playing gang music. Intentionally and not stopping. She says, I have a right to play anything I want. You do. But why would you intentionally play music that you never ever listen to and not stop? But I'm begging you repeatedly. It's on video. And then you put on that Christian channel that I hear you listening to. And the Bible verses, the signatures of spiritual abuse, making you think what you're doing is God's will. And you're lying. That's a violation of thou shalt not bear false witness. You violated a commandment. You think you're doing it for God's will, for family. Blood's thicker than water. Your brother who abused you, raped you when you were 5, killed your dad. There was some involvement. The truth will come out, what happened in that family. The cult of family. You keep saying it's not a cult. You were just, what the term you use. All the cover-up statements, all the people involved keep repeating. If you cover it up because you know what the truth is, needs to be covered up because it shows you're doing wrong. So look at all the statements I've been hearing that will cover up, and look at what they're covering up. We can look at Justin Taylor's past addresses because they're outside the jurisdiction. Well, it's not outside of the jurisdiction of the people who were doing it. The cops in those other addresses who were helping Justine Taylor, were they getting blowjobs from her? What happened to the landlords in those cases? Did they end up in the loony bin because you kept telling them they need to be on medication? Were they blackmailed? Were their houses taken to the gang? Taken over by the gang, the fentanyl gang over there? Or did the cops take it over? I want to know. Or did they end up in jail because Justine Taylor, the method to weaponize sex was the method that was used on me. It's been used on me. Same thing. Tanya used it. Emulated the same method. And Janet Richmond was weaponizing God. She said, you can't use the word God. Don't use the word God. She used her own lexicon of spiritual terms that she says the higher selves came up with, and then she copyrights it. Do the higher selves tell you to copyright it in their name? You copywriting, you were telling us it's all coming from the higher selves, and then you copyright it in your name? That's a violation. And you tell me I can't talk about it without mentioning you, otherwise it's plagiarism? And then when I say, this doesn't sound right, you start that scolding that you do, saying you bring in the sun, and you post a comment saying Zeke's saying bad things about me. Well, you drawing this in, Janet. You kept scolding me saying that for years, and every paid session. Keep scolding me saying you drawing this in, you drawing this in. And you were saying that when I had you have a paid session with Justine Taylor to turn her around, she turned you around, and you had subsequent 2 sessions. You told me yourself, and she sent you all the horrible things about me. I'm asking you always, throughout, since this began, I'm giving you consent and permission to reveal what Justine Taylor told you. Lion Brave also, and the police, all the bad things that Justine Taylor told you about me, reveal publicly. I'm giving you permission, consent. I'm asking you, reveal publicly everything Justine Taylor has told you. All the videos, all the pictures, all the screenshots of text conversations. I, Zeke Matevosian, I'm asking you to post publicly everything Justine Taylor has told you. Anyone who's heard bad things about me from Justine Taylor, I'm asking you, reveal it publicly. I'm giving you permission and consent. I'm Zeke Matevosian. Truth will come out.